Another trade just went down between the Boston Celtics and the Portland Trail Blazers, where the Celtics sent Jrue Holiday to Portland for Anfernee Simons and 2 second-round picks. So let's talk about it. The first domino has fallen for the Celtics, with Jrue Holiday getting shipped to Portland after only 2 seasons in Boston and winning a championship. Due to tight cap space, the Celtics have been forced to trade away their star defensive point guard for Anfernee Simons, who's a pretty decent scoring guard, but isn't a true point guard. With Tatum being out for the majority of next season, Porzingis more than likely getting traded as well, and Al Horford being a free agent, the Celtics desperately needed more scoring, and that's what they got from Simons. This season, Simons averaged 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists on 42% from the field and 36% from free. That may not seem like the greatest season, but he was falling out of favor with the Blazers, with Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe being the long-term backcourt of the future in Portland. Simons being your point guard may be a little worrying, but he did have stages where he was a good playmaker, like the month of February, where he averaged 6.1 assists. The Celtics have had a recent history with point guards that aren't the greatest playmakers, with Marcus Smart and Jrue Holiday, and they got them to 2 finals and a championship, so clearly it didn't affect them. But that was also with 2 defensive-minded guards, so I guess we'll see how it goes. Both Smart and Holiday weren't scorers like Simons is. The added scoring will really help because with Tatum being out for most of next season, Jaylen Brown will have a lot of pressure on him to average 30, and I don't know if he's cut out for that. Simons may be a terrible defender, but guys like Derek White, Jaylen Brown, and Sam Hauser can hide his lackluster defense. The Celtics still have a lot of work to do to get a power forward to replace Jason Tatum, whether they get that by trading Kristaps Porzingis, or if they'll be aggressive in free agency, you have to have the cap space. Despite what people are saying, I actually don't mind this trade for the Trailblazers. They will more than likely reroute Jrue Holiday in another trade to get another forward, or even agree on a buyout. But if they decide to keep him, it'll mean a hopefully competitive competition between him and Scoot Henderson for the starting spot at point guard. Holiday and Toumani Camara on the same team on the court together would just be unfair defensively. They may not be the greatest offensive duo of all time, but when you have 2 of the best perimeter defenders on the court at the same time, the offensive side of the ball is irrelevant. The Trailblazers are still one of the youngest teams in the league, with guys like Scoot Henderson running the show, Shaedon Sharpe, Donovan Clingan, Denny Advia, Toumani Camara, and more players waiting to come out of their shadow. They do have some veterans like Jeremy Grant, and I guess guys like Robert Williams and Matisse Thybulle count as vets, but none of them even come close to the veteran presence Jrue Holiday would provide. He could take guys like Scoot and Shaedon Sharpe and turn them into solid defenders. They could also use someone with experience to keep all the young guys cool in the late stages of a game. Giving up 2 second-round picks while also giving up Anfernee Simons for a guy making $35 million who's also reclining may be rough, but for a young team, his presence is much needed. The Blazers could go one of 2 ways next year. One is the way they should go, where they start Scoot and have Jrue come off the bench, or 2, where they start Jrue for the experience and have Scoot come off the bench. The new look-wide Blazers lineup could look like this: Scoot Henderson at point guard, Shaedon Sharpe at shooting guard, Denny Advia at small forward, Toumani Camara at power forward, and DeAndre Ayton at center, with Jrue Holiday Donovan Clingan, Jeremy Grant, and Robert Williams off the bench. That's going to end this video. If you disagree with anything I said, let me know, and let me know your thoughts on the trade too in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already.